I'm Charlotte Dawson, Shazza Chopping D, and this week we're going to be doing things a little bit different. Because I'm so pleased that my fabulous breastfeeding, food and sleep, I should say consultant, but that's like a professional word, but guru. She's just my absolute fabulous guru. Amanda Marks is with us, woo! And Gigi's here with us as well, Ovs. Oh my God, I can't believe I finally got you here. I'm so happy. How amazing does she look? She's looking glowing. She's been overseas for a few weeks. And I'll tell you what, she looks happier than ever.
It was a lovely trip.
It's a lovely trip.
It was very great.
Well, you look glowing for all the right reasons. Maybe a man included. I'm so excited. You look so happy. So my fabulous Amanda has helped me massively with Jude. She's got him into an incredible routine. Just everything from the breastfeeding to the food and sleep. It was just amazing. Our Gigi wants the udders. She's trying to get Amanda's udders.
I'm afraid there's nothing available now. Oh, Gigi.
Oh, Baba girl.
She's tired.
Take her to Nanny.
Tired.
She can go to... Look, Amanda doesn't want to let go, do you? Because you're not seeing her. You've only met her once, haven't you? You want to see...
No, I came to stay and saw you.
Yeah, she came and stayed for a few days, didn't you?
May. Was it May when I saw you?
Yeah,
May.
But it's gone out. It's bloody August.
No.
How's it August, guys?
Vegetable tasting in 2 weeks.
Oh my God, guys, we're going to get to that. We're doing vegetable tasting in 2 weeks. I can't believe it's going to be time for grub.
Magic porridge at 25
She keeps looking at all my food and she's like, come here, you. Come here, you, Mum. But yes, so obviously she massively helped me with Jude. Noah, not so, she didn't help me. We call him the N-word, don't we? The N-word. She didn't help me with Noah, but we're going to get to that in a minute. She's helping me with Gigi. My breastfeeding journey is going amazing. And then we're going to be getting on to the food and sleep literally in a few weeks. But this is going to be going out. We're filming this when it's Breastfeeding Awareness Week, which is amazing. Obviously, it's not going to be out on Breastfeeding Awareness Week, but I really thought it was special to have you on Breastfeeding Awareness Week. It kind of made sense to me and me others.
It's really important because we want to inspire parents to breastfeed or give breast milk, but we also want them to feel supported and have the right knowledge. And the problem and issues with the low breastfeeding rates are a lot of the time is it's really challenging to do and there isn't the support out there. So I think it's crucial just sort of all the mums or women or parents out there to be giving support.
Yes.
And, helping.
I'll go back to Noah because I didn't have the support like I've got with Amanda now because I really wanted to breastfeed. I've always wanted to breastfeed. It kind of just really appealed to me. And that first moment when your baby gets on your chest, it's just such a incredible, surreal moment, magical moment. But you are a bit like, what? There's this human on my chest. Like, what am I meant to do with it? And they're like, right, are you breastfeeding? And I was like, yeah, I think so. So, literally, obviously I didn't even speak to anyone before when I had Noah because it was locked down as well. And I just thought, right, I'm going to try breastfeed. If it's not for me, then I won't put pressure on myself. So I put Noah straight on the udders and it was incredible. Look at her looking at... Oh, she's looking at the boys. She's looking at the boys. Gigi's gone with Nanny now, guys, because she started getting a bit restless. But she'll be back towards the end to say goodbye. But yeah, let's go back to the N-word, the dreaded N-word, which... So I actually messaged Amanda how many years ago now?
So Noah would have been, I think it was about, Noah was about one. Something like that. 1.5 maybe.
Yeah, or maybe 2, was it?
Yeah. And you said, we
around
need
that
you.
mark.
And I'd worked with lovely Lauren.
Yeah, lovely Lauren.
Lauren with Harper. And I'm so grateful that she referred me to you.
Well, she just told me, she said, because every time I see her, she was like, how's things going with Noah? And I was like, oh, it's just the sleeping situation and he just doesn't sleep. So let me just quickly go back to the breastfeeding with Noah. So I exclusively breastfed Noah for 4 months and then I did combi feeding.
Yeah.
So I did combination. So I did formula and boob. Because I still didn't want to give it up, but I felt like he wasn't full enough.
Yeah.
But then that's why the support with Amanda, with Jude, just massively changed everything in my experience, my journey, because it wasn't that. I I just felt like that, and there wasn't the support. So I just was like, right, well, I'll just stick him on formula. Not saying that. Basically, I had a couple of problems with Noah because he ended up being like lactose free and stuff like that because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't have a clue what was going on. It's your first child as well. You're just winging it, aren't you? So I had to get like lactose free milk, but I think he was just being sick because he's probably having too much because I was giving him boob, then I was giving him the formula. I didn't know what I was doing, right? So then I stopped breastfeeding at 8 months old. I obviously still carried on with the formula. And then, do you remember I told you how bad it got because I ended up giving him like, so he'd wake up about, so I'd have to basically take like 4 or 5 bottles up with me to bed and leave them at the side of the bed because he would wake up about every hour going, bok, 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 now, bok, bok. So he'd have these bottles, he's got out, whoo, knock him out with the bottles, come on, whoo. It was like one after the other.
It's a sucking reflex that calms them back to sleep, but it doesn't stop them waking up.
No.
So it's
like
a
conveyor
constant
belt.
reoccurring
Conveyor belt
situation
of
through
milk.
the night. Milk association is the hardest thing to
That was what
to
it was.
lose,
So I had that from when he was about 8 months old till he was about 3.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
Yeah.
And I thought, Matthew was like, Charlotte, he doesn't need this milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know, but I'm tired, I'm pregnant, and I just need to keep giving him it because he keeps waking up for it. Yeah. So that was what was the nightmare. So I obviously messaged Amanda saying, help me, because my lovely friend Lauren, who had Amanda for Harper, her little girl, massively helped her. She was like, she's changed my life. Harper sleeps through. You need her. And I was like, right. So I messaged Amanda, and then we just never ended up doing it, did we?
No, because the next thing is you were pregnant.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I don't know whether I'll be working with Noah, but do you know that I'm a breastfeeding consultant as well? Yeah. And you said, I'm really interested to talk to you about that for the second baby. Yeah. And then we did. And then we had our chat, and then I was booked.
And
never looked back.
And we've never looked back.
2026,
She's here with me.
2026. I think that there might be number 4.
No.
Number 4.
We can't think like that. Amanda. No. But let me talk about my breastfeeding journey with Jude. That was probably obviously we've still got Gigi's going on, but Jude's was just amazing. Like, I just enjoyed it so much. It was so different to Noah. I felt more relaxed because I had you, I felt more relaxed. And I think just everything went to plan, really, how I wanted it. And I did it until he was 1, and he just took himself off, didn't he?
He chose to.
He chose, and that was good because it does get to that point where you are like, I will just carry on until they're ready to come off. Yeah. But I mean, I just felt like, because obviously said with Noah, I stopped breastfeeding at 8 months. So it was like, do I carry on? And then I actually got really upset, didn't I, when Jude came off. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you coming off my udders? He just ripped himself off and never looked back because I was pregnant with Gigi and the taste changed, didn't it?
But it still could have gone if you chose. And if a baby wants to continue to feed through pregnancy, of course it's fine, or tandem feed after. But if a baby chooses not to feed anymore, it's that choice. He ate really well, he slept really well, he had the right amount of calories and fat. We still gave him breast milk, I think, if I remember rightly, that you had pumped already just for the continued antibodies and like immunoglobulins, because obviously he'd had the bronchiolitis that he fought very quickly from your breastfeeding, managed to fight it very quickly. Yeah. And then I was conscious that it wouldn't be a situation come the November.
Yes.
So then there was some breast milk being given to him at breakfast in a cup, and we used up the milk that you'd had pumped. Yeah, and that was better for him.
In the freezer. Yeah. But so if people don't remember, or if you didn't see, Jude really suffers with RSV bronchiolitis.
Well, he did have the RSV bronchiolitis virus.
He first got it when he was 7 weeks old. Yeah. It was so scary. Do you remember how scary that was?
Well, we mirror imaged each other, didn't we, from my son Toby 20 years previous.
How weird.
So we literally mirror imaged each other.
Well, thank God. It was like, I bet it was like reliving it for you, wasn't it?
I almost lost Toby, and it's the reason I'm a breastfeeding consultant. Oh, so, because he never did suffer with anything after that. And they said the breast milk saved his life. He was a very, very sick baby. He was 2.5 weeks old at the time. And it was the reason that I went and embarked on breastfeeding, not just the food and sleep. And then when 20 years later, I experienced it with you, as I have other clients. Yeah. It was a bit like, here we go again, deja vu. It was RSV. They were enabled you to allow him to have breast milk.
Yeah.
They stopped him being sick. He recovered really quickly. If I remember rightly, he was home in 4 days. There was no issues at all, and he went straight back to normal. And it was the antibodies and immunity in your milk that helped him fight that.
And I feel really proud of my udders as well.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'm proud of
I
your
feel
udders
really
too.
proud of my udders. I do, because it is such an amazing thing being able to breastfeed your baby. But also, I've got loads of friends that, you know, don't breastfeed out of choice.
Yeah.
And also that haven't had the support as well.
So hard, isn't it?
Because I get so many messages like of women, like mums crying out for help, really, because, you know, but there is quite a lot of support out there now, isn't there?
There's various, you know, breastfeeding groups. There's various like Facebook groups, I believe, that mums are on.
Yeah.
I know with my clients, when I've worked with them, I link them all up with each other. I have a Facebook group.
She always says link up with them. I'm like, Amanda, they won't get a reply for 10 working days, maybe more, maybe a month, maybe a year. I'm a nightmare. Honestly, I didn't even know on WhatsApp. You can click on your WhatsApp unread. You want, oh my God. I went into it. I was like, whoa, I'm not going to press that again. There were so many unread messages. I thought, what? I just missed messages.
Oh, that's so funny.
I didn't realise there was an unread.
No, I didn't.
No,
I'm not technical enough.
We're not technical enough, are we? But no, it's
But yeah, it's mums. You've got, like you say, there's a spectrum of mums that choose not to.
Yeah,
there's mums that want to and have no
my
support.
Mates are like, I'm not breastfeeding.
No.
I'm not having a baby chew on my nipples. It's weird.
But then weeks later, when possibly their baby's got reflux and cow's milk protein allergy and suffers with constipation, ends up on things like Gaviscon and omeprazole and goes down the CMPA route, then of course that's the time when they really struggle. A lot of my clients I work with second and third time round, I didn't work with them for breastfeeding, I worked with them for food and sleep.
Yeah, because
and when they came to me, they come with the most awful situation. So you want to just try and help and get it out there if you can.
I know. Well, I try and do a lot of breastfeeding awareness, don't I? Because I just love it. It just comes natural to me, and
yeah,
you know, I'm very lucky that it comes natural to me, because it doesn't come natural to some people. And you shouldn't put pressure on yourself as well, because if you can't breastfeed, then it doesn't matter, because a fed baby is a happy baby, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like I say, particularly with Breastfeeding Awareness Week now, it's about positively putting out there why it's so important, but more importantly, people that don't have the support, that there is help
and if
out there,
they're wanting to do it, and because a lot of people,
and not shaming people if they do have to do formula, not shaming people if they unfortunately give up breastfeeding earlier. It's just about patting someone on the back and saying well done for what you've done. You know, because it's very time consuming, as you know.
And also, it's very tiring.
Yeah.
You're starving constantly.
You're starving.
I'm
dairy milk
starving.
Cream eggs in the winter.
God.
Yeah.
Matthew doesn't understand when I say I'm starving. Shaz, you're not going to starve, love. I'm like, I know, darling, but I swear, like, if I need food, I need food now. Honestly,
You're
the breastfeeding mamas out there
calories.
will understand the feeling of being hungry breastfeeding. It's like, oh my God, you could eat your own udders. You're that hungry.
I remember when I was breastfeeding, mine breastfed all three of mine, and there was, within the first week with one of them, you know, maybe 2-3 weeks in, I remember ringing the Indian takeaway and saying, I want chicken korma, I want peshwari naan, I want pilo rice, and I want that drink, that mango lassi. They were like, oh yeah, right, was it lassi? Coming over, no problem. And it was about 4 days later, I rang again. Yeah. And I went, I want chicken korma, I want peshwari naan. He goes, I know what you want. Is it what you had last time? I went, I can have it more if I want. It's this horrible feeling that you're not allowed to have what you want.
Yeah, well, I'm exactly the same with chips and gravy. The chippy know exactly what my order is. I go in, they're like, Shaz, it's already ready. Don't worry, it's all here ready. I put extra ketchup in. You've got extra bread and butter, extra gravy. Don't worry. Put loads of salt and vinegar on your chips. And you've got extra large chips. Don't worry. I'm like, thank you. But I love food anyway. But the breastfeeding hunger is like no other. It really isn't.
Yeah.
It really isn't. And it is very tiring. It's hard work.
Yeah.
You know, it is hard work. Them first 2 weeks, I really struggle, don't I? I don't
Everybody,
struggle.
because they're establishing
Everybody.
a milk supply, and it can take about 4 to 6 weeks, which is why I don't recommend pumping or dummy until further on.
Well, see, that's why I messed up with Noah.
Established, we need
I
to
messed up
establish
with
the
Noah. Do
milk
you remember I
supply.
told you I started pumping like 2 days after I got home?
But we don't use words like mess up, because if someone's telling you in the hospital, or a midwife might be recommending that you might want to do that on day 5, it's not messing up. It's you're doing what you think you can do. The body doesn't produce milk in that way. It suits the baby's newborn tummy, and as the baby's stomach grows, the milk changes to suit the baby alongside with the growth spurt. So the baby's put on weight the way they should do, unlike a bottle-fed baby that needs to put on a certain amount of weight and no more before 6 months, and no more until after a year. And that is not how breastfeeding works. But yeah, like you say, it's all about establishing the breast milk in the 4 to 6 weeks and recognising the 4th trimester, where they don't want to be put down.
No.
And you've got, your baby that wants to be skin on skin like they were in the womb. And it's all really natural and normal that is how a baby wants to be held.
The bit. Like even Gigi,
it's
Gigi's
hard.
still on skin to skin with me, obviously,
Yeah.
but she's a little wriggle bum. And it's like, I really miss them first couple of weeks again. This is why I end up pregnant again. Because it's like just having them on you, like not moving.
I'm going to ask you that question in around the 20th of September, when she's sleeping through the night, eating food, and you're still feeding her 4 times a day. I'm going to say to you, do you still miss her, Charlotte, like every hour in the night? Or are you quite happy with the fact that she sleeps through the night and you can feed her 4 times a day and watch her enjoy food? No, it's a good time
it's all
to...
about the different milestones as well. But I'm going to say how I'm like, with you, it was just so, you make everything so like not easy, because it's not easy bloody the first couple of weeks, but like Amanda helps me with the colour of the poo.
Yeah, we've got to find. Well, the colour of the poo indicates that the milk's coming in properly.
That's what
and
I mean,
we've got the
because
right
you
amount
don't
of
know
nappies.
that. Like, there's not a lot. When you do have a baby, there's no textbook. There's no like massive help out there. You're kind of just literally thrown into this like new world of being a parent and having to just crack on, basically, which. I love being a mum. Like, it's my favourite job in the world. It's the hardest job in the world, but it's the most rewarding job in the world, being a mum. And a lot of mums will agree with me. But it's, you just kind of take that pressure off. You have took that pressure off me just a little bit. And I know I'm doing a good job. And it makes you feel. I know we're all doing a good job, whether we're breastfeeding, bottle feeding. Whether whatever we're doing, but I'm saying you made me feel like that, because them first bloody couple, I'm still in that postpartum stage where you feel like
the first 2 weeks is challenging. You've got your growth spurt, then you've got your 4-week growth spurt, then we've got a 6 to 8 week growth spurt, but then the babies tend to settle down and sleep well. And I see from week 10 to 11 doing really well, and then unfortunately week 15, as you approach the 4-month regression, my phone rings constantly. I don't know what's gone wrong. Not just you, all of them. I don't know what's happened. Well, you do, because we talked about it when you were pregnant, and they were like, well, it's exactly that.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't even know what day it is.
And that's 4-month regression. And I don't think it ever really quite goes back to around the 10 weeks plus mark, but you're slowly then getting ready to start food and hopefully help the baby to sleep a little bit more independently. So it's only normally a matter of 6 to 8 weeks after that point to get through. And then, of course, it's happy days with the new food and sleep program, which of course I get very excited about.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah. So obviously the breastfeeding went so well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then we got onto the food
January
and sleep.
was food and sleep.
Oh my God.
And I came up to meet you, which I don't normally do. My clients come to meet me, or they work online.
She came
globally.
to me. I got
came
into
to her,
rhythm.
and a day at the seaside with the windmill and everything, Chippy. And we started, and he went on to food. And he absolutely loved his weaning journey.
He's a right bruiser.
He loved his
He's such a bruiser, and he's a right unit. I love him. So, he absolutely loved the food. He was brilliant with all the food, wasn't he? He had steak, he had fish, everything.
The allergen exposure we did. He did eggs, gluten, dairy, tree nuts. Peanuts, soya, berries, everything, no problems at all, because we did it just at the point of 6 months so that there's less chance of the reactions.
Yeah.
So that was really, really good that we do that.
Wasn't it? And it was, it just went so well. That's my mum's favourite time, isn't it? Because she loves being a bit cheeky, my mum. She's a proper nanny where she's giving cake and giving...
Well, she messaged me a couple of weeks ago. She goes, are we ready for carrots yet? I said, we're ready for carrots.
She means cakes. she's a right one. Like, Noah's like, Nanny's come and she's giving me this and she's giving me these donuts and chocolate. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's hilarious. But that's what grandparents are for, nannies and grandmas and granddads, aren't they?
Well, we'll start with root vegetables.
Yes, sorry, yeah. We'll start with the veg. But I can't wait for Gigi to start, because we had such an amazing time with Jude. And I did really well with Noah on my own. I did really well. I did really well. I mean, it was a minefield. I just tried, but I felt like Noah was brilliant with more like pasta and stuff. Jude wasn't, was he? Wouldn't have pasta. Do you not remember?
Well, I think Noah just had an overload of milk at the time when you were doing the weaning, and obviously on my programme we're reducing the milk at that point because you don't need it as much from 6 months. Because, for example, in breast milk there's not as much iron in breast milk, and with formula milk there is iron, but the body doesn't absorb it in the same way from 6 months. So we do need iron-enriched food. So we need babies with appetites to slowly start eating.
That's the
An
thing
overload
with Noah.
of milk, they're not going to eat as much.
Do you remember even when Noah was like 3, he wasn't eating well,
because he weren't hungry, because his calories and fat was filling him up from the cow's milk.
Yeah, he wasn't eating well at all.
So that's why, the food goes really well, but it's also making sure that the right amount of milk or feeds is being given at the right time, that there's a good gap between the meals on my programme, and there's no snacks. And people say, why are there no snacks? We have magic snacks. Do you remember what the magic snacks are? Don't tell me you don't remember the two things that we have. Watermelon and cucumber.
Oh,
don't
yes,
you remember the magic
sorry,
snacks?
yes, I do remember the snacks.
So, magic snacks, and obviously...
I can't remember what day it is, Amanda. I don't even know who I am, where I am. Well, I'm in the studio, I know that, but I don't even... This mum brain fog is getting worse. Right, time for some of your questions. Amanda, shall we check what's coming on the DMs? Right, Sam. My almost 1-year-old regularly wakes up overnight screaming, not always fully awake, but unable to get back to sleep. What could I do to help her?
So the first thing I'd be asking is...
Magic porridge.
The first thing I'd be checking on would be nearly 1. I'd be checking on, first of all, that the naps in the day were the right timings, that they weren't going to bed too late. Also, I'd be checking that, obviously, baby knows how to link sleep cycles. And at that age, there's 2 things going on. Possible milk association, so whether breastfeeding him or her, or a bottle, possibly in the night, even before bed. An association to wake up for milk. Yeah. There could be... sleep dummy could be the association as well. Again, I don't know. Parents could be going in and out of a dummy. The main thing is also learning that at that point, at 12 months, they go through separation anxiety. And peaks around 12 to 15 months.
I had that, didn't I?
And there's no control crying on my programme. So if I was looking at it from my programme's perspective, it would be to allow the baby to know that they're not being left. But equally, we're not talking, we're not engaging, we're not leaving the cot, we're not putting lights on, we're not giving milk, we're addressing, like I said, the schedule in the day. Sometimes people have got their baby sleeping too much in the day. Yeah. Some people maybe say to me when they come with a case study that the baby has a 2-hour, 3-hour wait window when they're nearly 1, whereas on my programme they'd have a 4.5, 5-hour wait window, so they wake up in the night or they're waking up early in the morning. Once we tweak that and we make the schedule perfect in the day, the baby then will rest at the right time and know how to go back into a sleep cycle at night.
Yeah, very true. So let's quickly talk about Jude when he had that sleep regression.
21 months though.
Oh my God.
So we were approaching 2, weren't we? It was about April time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just after Gigi was born, a month after.
Yeah, I think I spoke about it on the pod. If you would have listened, probably when I was still at home, it was so bad, wasn't it? It was so bad because I'm not used to it with Jude. Yeah. He's always been such a brilliant sleeper. Yeah. I've never really had I felt like it was just all a bit of a... I felt like he was getting a bit of a separation anxiety about Gigi, wasn't I? There was a lot going on as well, but you said, no, this is normal.
Yeah, it was also, he was being left to sleep too long on the nap. Yeah. He was waking up at something like, if I remember, 3:00, and then you were going back to bed, and he was taking forever to go to sleep, and I said, right,
oh my God,
we need the wait windows correct, change them, amend them. He's nearly 2 years old. He needs to have a 6 to 7 hour wait window, as he's now nearly 2. We amended the nap. We got him to bed earlier than you had been doing. Yeah. We gave him 3-4 days of not being left. So we addressed the separation anxiety. And within, I think it was 4 or 5 days, we did stage 1 to 4 and out. And that was it.
Well, because we ended up bringing him back in the bed. He slept with
we had to change all that, didn't we?
Oh, God, because he was crying that much. Yeah. And I couldn't cope with it. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to bring him in. But because he's never, ever slept
Yeah.
with me and Matthew.
I'm laughing because I
ever.
was overseas again till the beginning of April.
She was overseas again.
It wasn't that sort of overseas
No,
trip in April.
No, not in April.
Only the one in June.
Yeah. I love it. Do you remember when I first had Jude and how heartbroken I was that Noah wasn't in my bed anymore? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Because still with
Yeah.
Jude, he did sleep with me and Jude sometimes, but
Yeah.
sometimes because he used to wake
Yeah.
Noah up.
I
Do you
remember.
remember?
Yes.
It broke my heart that I felt like I'd lost Noah. Do you remember? I was like, I couldn't come to terms with it. I thought that I'd lost my little boy, and oh my God, the mum guilt I had was awful. So, and I really do understand like co-sleeping mums out there. I think if you've got the one child, it's fine, and you know, if in whatever, but I believe if you've got multiple children,
Yeah, of course.
you
Yeah.
need to be in like
Yeah.
a routine
Yeah.
because now, like if we had Noah in a routine and Jude and just sorting Gigi out, me and Matthew would be better together.
We are having Noah in a routine. I think it's called I think it was the 29th of August, you
Yes,
said.
well, we've got to try and sort it
Because
out
I'm
for
going
school.
away, not overseas, but I'm going
Yeah.
away.
Well, that
and we've
was
got
that-
to do it. You did say we've got to sort it before he goes back
Well,
to
that
school.
was another question
Yeah.
as well, saying like, why are you not sorting Noah first?
Okay. Is that a question to me?
Well, no,
so-
like what, probably to me. But
to
why
you.
you that? Surely that's more important to sort Noah first, but it's actually not because I've got a baby there as well that
Yeah,
we've got to get in
yeah.
a routine. Noah, it definitely is a priority. But
We make a
unfortunately-
joke. You approached me about Noah, and while we managed to not deal with Noah, not because I didn't want to, but because there was not the opportunity to do it consistently, my program is all about consistency. You managed to have 2 other children in the same amount of time, and I've worked with both of them, and we're still not sorted out Noah. Brilliant.
I know.
People say to me, "What about Noah?" I'm like, I haven't worked with him. No, I'm very happy to work
I
with him.
know.
It would just be my older
I
children's
think that's
program.
the one I'm mostly scared of because I'm like,
No.
because he's a bit older. And I think a lot of mums that have got older children and they're not sleeping and they want them in a routine, because there's not just me out there that's in this situation and position. So if you could help any other mums that have, when they're at like, say, 4 or 5.
Okay, so I have a magic listening program for the older children. And the reason we call it that is I've made it into more of a game.
Yeah.
Children then will address all sorts of issues, whether they're getting up at night, whether they don't eat, whether their behaviour's a little bit, off par, whether there's issues with separation anxiety. Just generally work on a programme where we are addressing all of those issues on a 2-week programme, like the 2-week programme with the other one. And the children get quite excited because they decorate a magic chair, magic pasta jar. They have a whole magic checklist, and they are rewarded by positive reinforcement. And even though they're just changing whatever the family are choosing to change, whether it is those areas, it's done in a really, really lovely way. So I suppose in answer to that, I think that question you said was, that is what we would do with Noah. He would then sort
Make
of
it
feel
more
like it's
fun.
positive, but he'd be addressing why he'd stay in his bed. He'd be addressing how long he's got to be in there.
He thinks there's like monsters on his own.
We'd have to explain to him that,
I
you or
keep
Matt would
telling
be
him,
the reassurance
yeah.
to him. And we'd also take away the light. And again, that sounds quite hard with older children, but I explained to them that the light is actually keeping them away because the melatonin levels are suppressed when there's light.
Well, yeah, because Jude has no...
I don't speak to a 4-year-old about melatonin levels, but try and explain to them that your magic light, parents, mummy and daddy
magic?
next to you, is the light.
Yeah.
And I try to say that the light stops them from sleeping, and it does.
Well, I was always brought up, mother. I was always brought up with TV in my bedroom and a light. So I always have. So my friends used to sleep over, and they would be like, "Charlotte, turn them sparkly, twinkly lights off." I'm like, "No, I'm scared of the dark." So I've always been scared of the dark. So you'll even now, if there's no lights on in the house downstairs, I run up the stairs because I am 32 years of age and I'm scared of the dark.
I remember you said when you were in the house on your own. I remember you said that. I'm
petrified. I'm petrified of the dark.
Yeah.
Petrified. So Noah is a lot like me. I see the same pattern a little bit. I wasn't like that with the sleeping with me, but to be fair, I was still in bed with my mum up until I was 25.
And you know what? Can I say something on that? That is, whether my clients approach me, they come to me because they want to make changes, and that's fine. My programs are very successful. There's nothing wrong with co-sleeping. People all over the world co-sleep. Indian families might sleep with children until they're 5, 10. I would only say it becomes an issue if somebody wants to change it. I certainly wouldn't judge or make anyone feel uncomfortable about they choose to co-sleep with their children, because that is a parent's or family's point of view.
It's more Matthew now.
Yeah.
So I obviously had to stop. I had to just, obviously detach myself from Noah when Jude was born.
Yeah.
And that was really tough for me and difficult for me. I know it broke my heart. But now Matthew is in that situation as me now. So he's really struggling with detaching himself from Noah.
Matt, if you take me seriously and you are consistent...
Well, I'm like, Matthew, come in bed with me, love. What's wrong with me? He's like, I'm going to miss Noah though. I'm going to miss Noah though. I'm like... So then he said, let's just get a massive bed. Let's just get a massive bed and we'll all just sleep together. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. We're just... Then the cracks start showing.
It's nice to put children to sleep if they're happy to go to sleep on their own, to be able to do that alone and children to sleep really well, wake up smiling. That's very important to parents as well.
Because we don't have that time.
So we can have number 4 in 2026.
Oh, stop it, Amanda. Stop it. Right, Rihanna has said, how is it best to wean my baby off using the boob as a comfort to fall asleep? Brackets, he takes bottle, won't take a dummy.
So the first thing I'd be saying is, how old is the baby? Because obviously I'd only be working with the baby from 6 months. I don't work with sleep programs under 6 months. I think babies will either breastfeed or bottle feed as much or as often as they need to, up to that 6 month mark, depending on the age of her baby. If a baby was 6 months old or 8 months or 10 months, I'd be addressing, first of all, how much milk the baby needs in the day or feeds. Her last feed would be after bath. Yeah, it wouldn't be to go to bed. It wouldn't be during the night, and there wouldn't be one early in the morning.
Yeah.
And we would be creating the situation where the milk feeds or bottle feeds are around food, around the meals, and not associated with going down for a nap, waking up from a nap, or going to bed at night. And then that slowly would help the baby to understand that the milk's not being offered during the night. So it's also to say that if she was saying, well, because she won't take a dummy, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you'd wean off the bottle or the breast for a dummy, because then more than likely she'd be running in and out for a dummy as well, because it becomes a different association, as does water.
Well,
Water's another one.
Gigi would prefer to be on my udder than have a dummy. Honest to God, I know that.
We do need to try and lose it and see how we get on.
I'm saying that's what she would prefer, but I don't do it because
of course,
she's third child as well.
Yeah.
Poor Gigi is just in a chair, or obviously, either with Matt or whoever's got her, whoever can take her.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I know that she will, because she spits the dummy out, but she wants to be nibbling on something, but more the boob, obviously.
Yeah.
She loves the bloody
and she will
udders.
have the boob and she'll have what she needs, but that lady as well, if the milk or bottle or whatever the association is being offered all the time, then it's not that the baby can transfer to a bottle or a dummy, it's the fact that she'd address that's what the wake-ups are being, that's why the baby won't go to sleep without it.
Yeah. But how amazing, guys. I've finally got my amazing breastfeeding, food and sleep guru on the pod. It's been so helpful, and I hope it's helped so many mums out there and parents out there just kind of feel that support, knowledge, and just kind of just feel like you've learned something today, because every time I speak to her, I'm like, wow, I can't actually believe it's like
I'm too old and experienced, Charlotte.
You're amazing at it.
No, it's just...
And you just feel, I just feel like a relaxed, I just feel like you make me feel happy and relaxed with everything, and you just sorted my kids out. Amazing. Well, not the N word, we've not sorted Noah out yet, but just remember, guys, a happy baby is a fed baby. And don't put pressure on yourself if you can't breastfeed, and if you are formula feeding and you wanted to breastfeed, then there is support out there, or if you feel like you're not getting enough milk, like I felt like that, there is support out there as well. Right, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I love you too.
Love you.
Thank you so much for
love
having
you
me.
All. See you next week. Bye.